Have you ever heard your parents or the people around you say, you have to settle down soon? And especially if you're 20s, then your 30s, you get that a lot. Back of your head, you know you should not settle for less. But when you open Instagram or look around you, your friends start to getting married and have kids and all these pictures from honeymoon and it looks beautiful. But on the other hand, you look at yourself and then you're here alone. Or maybe you do have a girlfriend or boyfriend, but maybe there's no passion and okay, I see the future with you type of connection. But the truth is, I am so grateful for the fact that I didn't take the pill and then I kept going with my passion and purpose. There's a really strong quote from Anne Frank that I've came across recently. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because the regret is stronger than the gratitude. Of course, things can be uncertain when you're starting something or when you're in the middle of the journey. Things can be uncertain and you sometimes feels like, is it the right way? Is it the right path? But the reason why you shouldn't settle down for less is because you get to decide your values and your worth. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 beneficial reasons that you should never settle down for less. I made this video to specifically support you if you are in the process and then trying to challenge yourself in the journey, or to support you to find the courage if you're starting the journey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sho. In this channel we share love and positivity with a twist of Japanese philosophy in it. So if you like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. It helps me to reach more people and it helps me to help more people. So until the moment that you tell yourself, this is it, I cannot get where I wanted to go, or I cannot be who I wanted to be. That's the line you draw. That's a limitation you decide. But until you draw the line, until you decide a limitation on your head, you keep growing as an individual and as a spirit. So here's the best truth. As you grow, your values and your worth grows as well. So there's no literally logical or rational beneficial reason for you to stop doing and keep going and settle for less. So number 1, your value increases as you grow. You might not be seeing it right now in this current reality. Maybe it's hard to see the possibilities and potential in a very convincing manner. So it might be difficult for you to actually refuse that pill. But you need to understand this. Now, the people live longer compared to 100 years ago. Maybe it made sense that, your parents and people around you tell you oh, you should settle down, you should get married, and you should have kids. Maybe 100 years ago. But now we have great technology and great healthcare and easy access to the supplements and all the healthcare and etc. We can live absolutely longer compared to 100 years ago. So which means your 30s is the new 20s. So from that perspective, there's no reason for you to rush. But the real problem is that people were actually more afraid to fail than excited to succeed. So you're listening to this inner voice and guidance within your very intuitive thoughts, but when you pay attention to the future, it's so uncertain. So it's the scariest thing in the world when you pay attention to the future and oh my god, I don't know how my future falls. I don't know what's going to happen in my future. I don't know what to do to fix this problem. And then there's so many negative thoughts will arise within and it pops up in your head randomly. Oh, what if I lose everything? Or what if nothing works out? Or what if I became broke? This is when the devil tries to whisper in your ears. Let's take the safe path. But look, the safety is literally just an illusion. Because if you think about it, in a primordial state in a human being, and let's say we are in still this wild life, there's no way that you are guaranteed a safety. There's no way in a wild life there's something that guarantee it's safety. So that's why we are designed to keep learning and keep sharpening our knife with more experiences and knowledge so that we can internalize and then digest and increase our own value and worth. Because if you, let's say as a man, I'm a man, and if I'm a man as an individual, if I have more capabilities to protect, if I have more capabilities to provide, if I'm more capable to be kind, then obviously I'm raising my value and worth as a man, right? But even if it's hard to see it, but you have to learn how to trust yourself and how to believe in yourself while you keep learning and while you keep sharpening your knife so that you can increase your values and worth. And instead of taking time to settle down for less, you can actually take same amount of time to raise your value and raise your worth, which lasts longer than most of the marriage. So number 2, it's about the journey. not the accomplishment itself. So what you can potentially see as a prize, something that, you can receive the best result that comes and manifests into your life. It can be money, it can be materialistic success, it can be your fame, but none of that shit actually makes you happy at the end of the journey, because the actual prize is your story. Because of your story, your pain and failure and then countless of small wins that you kind of like, yes. That small moment, that's a small prize, a victory. You might call it a failure, but because you failed, you successfully became a better version. You successfully raised your values and worth. You are on the mission, and that's the story. Who wants to watch the movie of yourself or somebody just sitting watching Netflix? That's fucking nobody. Nobody wants to see that. And I can guarantee that you also want to see yourself in the movie, because life is a movie. This is your own movie. You're in a cinema, and I can guarantee that with the popcorn and the sparkling water and the lemon in it, you want to see you going through this journey, slaying dragons. Because at the end of the day, we all gonna die. We all are going to die. And that's not a pessimistic view, by the way. It's very positive. I remind myself every single day when I wake up, hey, I'm gonna die anyway. I'm gonna die, and then this is the one of the last day I experience. So, how do I want to live today? Because if I don't do that, I don't have the same level of gratitude, I don't have the same level of mindset and discipline, and then everything that I experience right now could be gone, and then I could just regret the rest of my life for not doing anything. If you know that's the last breath that you take in, you're going to breathe in like a fucking crazy person. But if you don't, then you're not gonna even try. And especially the last 3 years, literally changed my life from, being a flat broke, didn't have any followers or nothing, business, nothing. Didn't have nothing. To more than 2 million followers in this old social media platform. And I literally have been helping thousands of people with what I do. And that's because I didn't settle for less. And that leads to number 3. If you settle down for less, it's going to be a long way ahead dealing with the circumstances. But if you don't, it's going to be a long way exploring your potential and possibilities. It's like this. I'll give you an example. So now you're at the bottom of the mountain and the life is cool. It's nice. It's chill. The people are good. Nothing to complain. But the most important thing is that you haven't experienced what it's like to climb up the mountain. You haven't experienced what's the view from the top of the mountain. You haven't experienced the power of the nature yet. You haven't experienced the most beautiful part of your life. Imagine that climb up the mountain and maybe your head hurts and stuff like that, but you're going through that and on top of the mountain you see the incredible views and you're like, wow. And then you experience this power of nature and then everything. And then come back to the bottom of the mountain and you look back and you look at the huge mountain in front of your eyes. And wow, I climbed it, I did it. And then now listen to yourself and look at yourself. You are a completely different person because you successfully raised your values and worth, and then you became somebody who experienced something that majority of people couldn't experience. Because life is a movie and you are the hero and you're the main character of your story. You have to slay the dragons. There's a dragon out there. It may be not the actual dragon in the actual fight. That's not about fighting. It's about fighting with your weaknesses and fighting with the doubt and overthinking. So never settle for less, because you have to understand you get to decide your worth and values when you draw the line. Or maybe you never draw the line and your values and worth increases and there's no fucking limit in the sky. And I genuinely hope that this video really pushes you back, or maybe help you to find the courage to start the first step. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like that, make sure to subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. Live your life like a movie.